1,000 U.S. lives lost by the 4th of July. Inside the alarming numbers, daily fatalities now increasing in 13 states. Hospitalizations on the rise in at least 8. Florida reporting its second straight day of record cases. The governor citing a surge in testing, not the reopening or even protests, as they get set to hold a NASCAR race with some fans in the stands. In Oregon, the governor ordering a 1-week pause in reopening after a record jump there. President Trump's risky rally, his first since the pandemic took hold. Supporters will have to agree not to sue if they become infected. Tonight, Dr. Anthony Fauci's stark warning to anybody attending that rally or the protest across America, and revealing to us that he hasn't met with President Trump in more than a week. The standoff in Seattle, authorities retreating from a police station, protesters, some armed, creating an autonomous zone around it. Tonight, growing tensions as the police chief says responding to 911 calls is now taking longer. Under investigation, the new surveillance video of police officers in Chicago, what they didn't do as protests turned violent nearby that has them outraged. The new images tonight, a Confederate statue lifted out of a Virginia square. It had stood there for more than a century, the latest symbol of division to come down. At least 7 cities making similar moves. Some statues destroyed by protesters. News tonight about the Oscars, what the Academy plans to do to improve diversity at Hollywood's biggest awards. And together for nearly 70 years until the coronavirus kept them apart. Tonight, the emotional reunion. It's America Strong.
This is ABC World News Tonight with David Muir.
And good evening. Thanks for joining us on this Friday. I'm Tom Yamas, in for David. And we begin with the coronavirus and that new CDC forecast. As many as 140,000 people could die by the 4th of July. This is an anxious moment as states reopen and people begin to gather in larger and larger numbers again. The toll is already staggering, more than 2 million cases and more than 114,000 lives lost. FEMA's latest map shows where the numbers of cases are highest, especially across the South. North Carolina reporting a single-day high in cases and deaths. Florida with a record number of cases 2 days straight, especially in nursing homes and at farming sites. The hospitalization rate in Texas is up 42% since Memorial Day. Some areas are now putting on the brakes. The city of Nashville is delaying the next phase of reopening to deal with a flare-up, while the governor of Oregon has put a 1-week pause on further reopenings as the number of infections there hits a new high. Those numbers are partly going up because of more testing and tracing. But health officials are anxious to put out hotspots before they get out of control. ABC's Victor Oquendo leads us off from Miami.
Tonight, that sobering new warning from the CDC. The coronavirus could kill up to 140,000 Americans by Independence Day. A new analysis from ABC News finding daily deaths are increasing in 13 states and hospitalizations are on the rise in at least 8 states. Florida seeing its second straight day of record cases. The governor blaming the surge on increased testing in nursing homes and agricultural communities, not the protest or the reopening.
We're doing 3 times as many tests a day now than we did at the end of March.
But one expert in Florida disagrees.
The real thing that's going on is we are opening up the economy and not everyone is following the new normal guidelines. That's a problem.
Florida is preparing for a number of firsts. The first live major American sport to bring back a select group of fans will be NASCAR. They'll be racing here at the Homestead Miami Speedway this weekend. Miami's beaches will be open for the first weekend in months. Tonight, Oregon is pulling back from easing restrictions after a record jump. The governor now delaying reopening applications by a week.
We don't make the timeline. The virus makes the timeline.
In Harris County, Texas, which includes Houston, hospitalizations are the highest they've ever been. The sharp increase attributed to Memorial Day gatherings and young people protesting, according to the governor's medical experts.
Some people don't know that the coronavirus is not gone, and they're treating it like it's gone.
Another hotspot, Arizona. The state reporting a record number of new cases. 45% of infections are people between the age of 20 and 44.
What we have is actually a lot of micro epidemics occurring across the country, and each one has their own drivers.
And in Missouri, weeks after these massive Memorial Day pool parties in the Ozarks, a second visitor now testing positive. There is a bright spot in New York tonight, once the epicenter of the pandemic. The governor saying the state has the lowest rate of transmission in the country.
Now is no time to forget what got us here. We have to stay smart.
All right, Victor Oquendo joins us now from Miami. And Victor, we see some people right there behind you dining out. The CDC releasing new guidelines for eating out and even on those all-important family cookouts.
That's right, Tom. As Americans return to some sense of normalcy, the CDC advising check with the restaurant before going. Make sure that the employees are wearing some kind of mask. And if you're heading to a cookout, it's safer to bring your own food. Remember, always wear some kind of face covering and try to maintain social distancing. Tom?
Victor Oquendo with those new CDC guidelines. All right, Vic, thank you. Despite the coronavirus concerns, President Trump is returning to the campaign trail next week with a major rally in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Although Dr. Anthony Fauci, one of the president's own virus force task force, says that it's still not safe for large gatherings like this one. But that's not the only concern about the rally. The president is under fire about where and when it's taking place. Here's ABC's chief White House correspondent, Jonathan Karl.
As the president prepares to hold his first political rally in months, the government's top expert on coronavirus has a stark warning. Attending a rally is risky.
The best way that you can avoid either acquiring or transmitting infection is to avoid crowded places, to wear a mask whenever you're outside.
Dr. Fauci is equally blunt in warning those who attend protests around the country.
When you start to chant and shout, even though the instinct is to pull the mask down, which you see, don't do that, because there is a risk there, and it's a real risk.
Even as there are clear indications of increasing infections in several parts of the country, Dr. Fauci tells ABC News he hasn't met with the president in over a week. And the message from the White House today is that there is no increased threat.
I spoke to our health experts at some length last evening. They are saying there is no second spike. Let me repeat that. There is no second spike.
But those attending the president's rally next week in Oklahoma must accept these terms, saying they won't sue if they get infected with COVID-19. The date and venue of the rally is also getting a lot of criticism. It's on June 19th, a day commemorating the end of slavery in the U.S. And it's in Tulsa, just blocks away from the site of what is believed to be the deadliest incident of racial violence in American history. This isn't just a wink to white supremacists, tweeted Senator Kamala Harris. He's throwing them a welcome party. The president defended the planned rally in an interview with Fox News.
Your rally in Oklahoma is set for June 19th. Was that on purpose?
No, but I know exactly what you're going to say. It wasn't done for that reason, but it's an interesting date, but it's a celebration.
Okay, Jonathan Karl joins us now from the White House. And John, I want to bring you in on another part of the president's interview with Fox News today, coming out in favor of ending the use of police chokeholds in most scenarios.
Yeah, he seemed to, but he was ambiguous about this and seemed a little conflicted. In fact, he spoke at length about how he believes chokeholds may be necessary in some instances, but then he said, and I quote him exactly, "With that being said, I think it would be a very good thing, generally speaking, it should be ended." That's what he said about chokeholds, Tom.
All right, Jonathan Karl for us tonight. John, thank you. Next to the standoff in Seattle, after protesters took over a 6-block area that included a police station, declaring it an autonomous zone. But inside the zone, division is growing over the purpose of this takeover as President Trump threatens to go in and get the protesters out. ABC's chief national correspondent Matt Gutman is there inside the zone.
Black Lives Matter! Tonight, thousands of protesters on the march in Seattle, many hoping to reclaim their message.
I feel like it's been hijacked. The message is totally gone on why we were protesting in the first place. Black Lives Matter. I want our movement back.
Since police boarded up and retreated from this police station, some telling us too much focus has been on the siege of the station and the so-called autonomous zone created around it.
They want to scream at the cops and raise a ruckus, but no one wants to talk about how we need to have housing, jobs, and abilities.
Is that message lost out here?
Lost, completely lost.
Protesters seem to be digging in. There are medical tents, free food, even portable toilets. The night's chaotic. Some people armed.
The guy with the Glock is running. Cops are here.
It was a false alarm. Police were not there, but arsonists were, setting fire outside the station. Organizers like Raz Simone helping to put the fire out. Simone carrying that fire extinguisher, but also a gun.
Yeah, because I'm peaceful, not harmless. So that's the thing.
Peaceful, not harmless.
Yeah.
All right, I mean, so show us what you got. It's strapped to your leg.
Yeah.
Police have said they're still responding to 911 calls, but it's taking 3 times longer. The president again warning he may take action.
It's pathetic. No, we're not going to let this happen in Seattle. If we have to go in, we're going to go in. One way or the other, it's going to get done. These people are not going to occupy a major portion of a great city.
All right, Matt Gutman joins us now from Seattle inside that zone. And Matt, the mayor has pushed back against the president. But how does she plan to resolve the situation, including, as you showed us, with some protesters clearly armed, and get officers back into the precinct?
The short answer, Tom, is diplomatically. The mayor and the police chief say they're currently negotiating with some of the organizers about their demands. Now, about those people who are armed, Washington is an open carry state. And when we spoke to those armed protesters, they said they only started carrying their guns when they saw that a man barreled his car into a crowd here on Sunday, wounding people. Tom.
Matt Gutman taking us inside that zone tonight. Matt, thank you. The Chicago police were on defense tonight after surveillance video showed officers lounging around a congressman's office, as you see here, while a shopping plaza was being looted nearby. The officers say they were called in to protect the office. That's just one of many incidents of police behavior now under the microscope, and in some places, cities are taking action. Here's ABC's Stephanie Ramos.
When Congressman Bobby Rush showed Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot these images, she was outraged.
We should all be disgusted. And we should all feel hurt and betrayed.
The still images from surveillance video show officers lying down and browsing their phones. More than a dozen cops relaxing inside Congressman Bobby Rush's office during protests as a nearby shopping plaza was being looted.
They even had the unmitigated gall to go and make coffee for themselves and to pop popcorn.
Police union leaders telling our Chicago station WLS that the officers were asked to protect the office by Rush's staffers and that the officers were told to make themselves at home. The congressman telling WLS that isn't true. And while these officers are under fire for allegedly not doing their jobs, many other officers around the country are coming under attack for trying to do theirs. But more examples are coming forward that show alleged police misconduct. The LAPD says they are investigating at least 56 allegations of misconduct by officers during protests. And reforms are coming quickly around the country, too.
Congratulations, the bills are signed.
In New York today, the Reverend Al Sharpton joining the governor as he signed a series of reforms into law, including banning chokeholds by police.
Louisville, Kentucky just passed legislation banning no-knock warrants named after Breonna Taylor. She was fatally shot in her home by police. But now Senator Rand Paul is trying to pass a bill that would ban these types of warrants across the country. And right now, Tom, this bill has bipartisan support.
Stephanie Ramos for us tonight. Stephanie, thank you for that. Next, the latest skirmish in the battle over Confederate statues and symbols taking place in Norfolk, Virginia. Workers took down the statue of a Confederate soldier that had stood in a city square since 1907. It's one of some 1,700 monuments in question. Here's ABC's Marcus Moore.
Tonight, the battle over symbols of the Confederacy sweeping the country.
Out of an abundance of caution, we are taking down the statue.
Crews today pulling a Confederate soldier nicknamed Johnny Reb to the ground. The statue standing high above Norfolk for more than a century. Also in Virginia this week, protesters taking a sledgehammer to the head of this Confederate monument. Another symbol of division, Christopher Columbus. Statues of him vandalized in Miami, even beheaded in Boston, targeted over the explorer's treatment of indigenous people, while others see them as a part of history that should be preserved.
History is important for us, for our kids. They will know why we are here.
Across the country, more than 1,700 Confederate symbols still stand. In Houston, the mayor announcing he'll relocate these Confederate statues to commemorate Juneteenth, the holiday marking the end of slavery in America. Jacksonville going one step further, ordering all Confederate statues removed.
I understand the anger and frustration, okay? I hear you and I'm going to walk with you.
This as the fight over renaming military bases named for Confederate soldiers continues. The president dismissing the idea, but some Republicans breaking ranks.
If you want to continue naming forts after soldiers, there have been a lot of great soldiers that have come along since the Civil War.
Tom, here in Dallas, city officials are asking a court for permission to remove the monument you see behind me. They want to have it stored and preserved in storage, saying that it is, quote, a glorification of racism. Tom.
Okay, Marcus, thank you for that. When we come back, the reversal by Starbucks involving its employees and the Black Lives Matter movement, and some extreme weather heading into the weekend, heavy rain and flash flooding swamping parts of the east. Our Rob Marciano standing by tonight.
If you have postmenopausal osteoporosis and a high risk for fracture, now might not be the best time to ask yourself, are my bones strong? Life's full of make or break moments. That's why it's so important to help reduce your risk of fracture with Prolia. Only Prolia is proven to help strengthen and protect bones from fracture with one shot every 6 months.
Do not take Prolia if you have low blood calcium, are pregnant, are allergic to it, or take Xgeva. Serious allergic reactions like low blood pressure, trouble breathing, throat tightness, face, lip, or tongue swelling, rash, itching, or hives have happened. Tell your doctor about dental problems, as severe jawbone problems may happen, or new or unusual pain in your hip, groin, or thigh, as unusual thigh bone fractures have occurred. Speak to your doctor before stopping, skipping, or delaying Prolia, as spine and other bone fractures have occurred. Prolia can cause serious side effects like low blood calcium, serious infections, which could need hospitalization, skin problems, and severe bone, joint, or muscle pain.
Are you ready? Ask your doctor how Prolia can help strengthen your bones.
Just over a year ago, I was drowning in credit card debt.
SoFi helped me pay off $23,000 of credit card debt.
They helped me consolidate all of that into one low monthly payment.
They make you feel like it's an honor for them to help you out.
Smash yourself.
I went from sleepless nights to getting my money right. So thank you.
Can you love wearing powerful sunscreen? Yes.
Neutrogena Ultra Sheer. Superior protection helps prevent early skin aging and skin cancer with a clean feel. It's the one.
The best for your skin.
Ultra Sheer Neutrogena.
I like Liberty Mutual. They get that no two people are alike. And customize your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. What do you think?
I don't see it. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Next tonight, the extreme weather heading into the weekend. Take a look at the flash flooding in Durham, North Carolina. Nearly 5 inches of rain falling in just 1 hour on Thursday. More rain could be on the way, while in the west, it's growing fire concerns. Let's get right to ABC senior meteorologist